Alright, I'm back. I'm getting really, really hot in here. It's really hot. So, hello, what's up? I'm back. Gonna actually do my makeup now since I kept stopping. What am I doing? I can't even think what I'm doing right now. Hello, Troy. Coach Grack, what's up? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do my eye makeup. I don't know why I couldn't think straight for a second there. Okay. So pretty much eye makeup wise, the only thing that I do if I'm doing very, very light makeup is I literally just put bronzer on my eyelids just to give it a little depth. Bro, I'm going to sleep. Good luck. Have a great night. Thank you for stopping in. So, I'm using the Fluffy Eye Blender brush from e.l.f. You're so insanely beautiful, ma'am. I appreciate that. Alright, so I'm just going to blend this in my crease. Oh, and this is the sculpting shade. They have a few different shades, like light, medium, dark, whatever, and then sculpting. And this is the bronzer that I use on my face as well. And I mentioned this last time. I think it smells fantastic. It smells like coconuts, but if you hate the smell of coconuts, then this is definitely not for you because it's strong. It really smells like coconuts. So how has the day been treating you, ma'am? You don't have to call me ma'am. It almost makes me feel old when someone says that, but I mean, I respect it. I respect the level of respect that you're giving me. Just saying, you don't have to call me that. It's been good. It's been real good. Went grocery shopping, spent some time with the fam, and here I am, going live. So, anyway, I think that's not quite. I need to keep blending. So, spend your time with blending. I think that's like the number one thing that people overlook. And I definitely did when I was first starting to do my makeup, is not taking enough time to blend, and then, you know, you end up having like splotches and like lines, and you're like, fuck. So yeah, just spending the time blending. I know sometimes we don't have time for that. So in those cases, there's things that you don't need to blend as much. The perfection, well, I appreciate that. What's up, guys? See, any questions you guys have? Okay, it happened again. I keep accidentally unplugging this. I need to learn. Okay. I moved it away from my feet. Hopefully I don't kick it and unplug it again. So I'm going to tightline my eyes with a waterproof gel eyeliner from e.l.f. This thing is getting small at this point. You can tell how much I like it. It's a black one. It's not brown. I use brown on my lids mostly, but I use black for tightlining. What's up? Anyway. Ooh. Okay. Hey, Mish. Hello, Jay. What's up? Okay. My lips are a little chapped. Dehydrated. Okay. Where are you from? So I am in Columbus, Ohio at the moment. I've lived here for quite some time, but originally from Japan. I was born there, and I am half Japanese. Power Up Shop, what's up? Okay. What am I doing? My face. Okay, so I am going to put on some highlighter before I put on my blush because I prefer the lit from within look versus the blinding highlight look, which I did used to like. I'm just not a fan of it anymore. And today I'm just doing very, very light makeup. I'm not doing any foundation or anything like that. But even if I do foundation, I still put my highlight under. Just out here grinding between packing the house, moving to storage, work in the gym, on beat. Oh, are you moving? Where are you moving to? Pretty cool. I need a girlfriend. Well, I will tell you the easiest way to find one is by not looking for one. Honestly, it usually happens when you least expect it. At least that's how it happened for me. I think that tends to be the case because if you search too hard, you may kind of shoot yourself in the foot that way. Let things kind of happen more naturally. And usually, honestly, my husband and I always joke that Instagram is the best dating app because it's not a dating app. Because it's not a dating app, you end up, you actually see people kind of for who they are because you're seeing their interests as opposed to what they wrote in their profile to try to attract people. Instead, it's like you're on Instagram to be you. Like, this is your personal profile, and you can be like, oh, this person shares similar interests to me, as opposed to, like, swiping through a dating app, and you're, like, looking for very specific things, and people could be kind of just making things up to hope that they get a mate that is similar to what they're wanting. If that makes sense. Okay. How did you get such big guns? They're not that big, but, lifting consistently for almost 7 years and being very consistent with my nutrition. Are you still going to move to California? Yes, in a few months. What does your shirt say? It says fats, carbs, protein, coffee. As I drink coffee. Yeah, wife and I sold the house, going to put away and save for something different. Cool. Very cool. Ryan back in California? No, he's downstairs right now. I want you. Too bad. I'm married, so met my husband through Plenty of Fish. That's funny. That's awesome though. I mean, I know there's so many people who have legitimately met, their spouse through dating apps. I just think in this day and age, like now that it's evolving, I think people have a better option, better opportunity to find people on like Instagram or even like Facebook or something, just because you'll see people, like you just see the entirety of their life as opposed to them like posting, the things that they think are like just the things that are going to attract for dating, if that makes sense. My sister met her husband from MySpace. That's hilarious. Wow, MySpace, that's a throwback. It's a very open network. Agreed. Okay, back to my face. I'm going to put on the highlighter that I was just mentioning. So I'm going to I feel like I use the same one every time, so I apologize that it's kind of boring in that sense, but, no, why fix what isn't broken? So I'm using Churro from ColourPop, and I keep recommending it, and I found out that it's discontinued, so I'm sorry. But the ones that are mixed in here, it's a tie-dye one. It's like 3 different ones. The other ones aren't discontinued, so you could get a different one. You can't go wrong with any ColourPop Super Shock highlighter is the thing. Okay. It's more. So I like it because it's not glittery. Yeah, there's definitely some glittery ones from ColourPop, so I guess you can't. I mean, if you like a glittery one, there may be some you like, but I guess you have to be kind of careful. I would just read the descriptions and the reviews and pick one that doesn't have glitter in it, and you're good. Actually, I'm going to put some across my brow bone. I like to use, the same products on my face and eyes to make everything look like tied together. I like the monochrome look where things just kind of match. I don't know if anyone understands what I mean by that, but yeah. I was petrified when he wanted to meet in person since I never met anyone online in person. Oh, whew. You can ask Ryan. I think Ryan has embarrassed me a million times talking about how shy I was when I met him. And I'm not a shy person. I was just like, oh my God, I'm meeting this person in person. I was like, just like, what is happening? But I knew the second I met him. I already knew before we met, but then meeting him in person just made it real. I sent Ryan some update pics. Summer bods are made in the winter. Very true. Diz Marina, beautiful. I appreciate it. Hello. Flexing ladies, sunning. Thank you. Okay, so I did my highlight. Now I'm going to do my bronzer and my blush. So I'm just going to do a little bit of bronzer, not anything crazy. So I'm using the same bronzer I used on my eyes, which is the Sculpting bronzer from Physicians Formula. I'm using the large powder brush from Walmart. Don't judge. It's honestly the best brush. So you should get it if you need a powder brush. It's huge, so it just does the job quickly. You know, you don't have to spend forever trying to get powder on your face. So that's it for that. And now the blush. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure my concealer is not settling into my lines. Okay. Actually, let me look at this more closely so I'm not all up in your face. I have that eyelash that fell and it's stuck to my lip. Sorry. I'm going to, recurl my eyelashes because I didn't do my makeup while I sat here for like an hour. So I'm going to recurl them. Which means I'm going to have to touch up the concealer underneath. Okay, we're good. We'll be good, but see now I have little lines from the curler, so I have to touch up my concealer. So, gonna do that real quick. Okay. Beauty Michelle, thank you. Is that Raoul Gong? Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit before I blend it out. And then after I do that, I'll do my blush. Yeah. Okay. I love you. Thank you. Much love to all of you. Love you guys too. So I'm gonna blend it again with the Flawless Concealer brush from e.l.f. So this part I'm not going to use my brush because I just put highlight in this area. Okay. Anyway, whatever questions you guys have about training or nutrition or makeup or whatever it may be, let me know. Hit me with them. I'm here for it. All right, we're good there. Chow Mish from Rome. Very cool. Hello, hello. All right, I'm gonna do my blush. So I'm using the, wow, it's really worn off, blush sticks from ColourPop in the shade Aloha. So it's a cream blush, which I love. So I'm gonna put some on my cheeks. And then I will blend it out with my finger. I love things like this where they're just like easy to use. You know, I like simple, easy products. So they also make highlights in this formula as well, but I haven't purchased one, but they look legit. like a cream highlight stick, which sounds very nice and easy to use. I do have cream highlights, I just haven't purchased that one. Okay, did my face. Now I'm gonna do my brows. So I'm just brushing them up and in place. And I'm not going to fill them in because today is just like a super light day. I'm just gonna put brow gel in them. You have nice brows. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm using the Wow Brow Gel from e.l.f. and this is in the shade Neutral Brown. And I'm obsessed with this brow gel and I recommend it all the time. I think it's $3 or maybe it's $4. Either way, it's really cheap and it's better than pretty much all the other ones. So you don't need to spend 20 something dollars on a brow gel. You can get one for $3. That does the trick. And like it's not orangey, like you can tell it's very neutral, which I like because I don't have a reddish tint to my hair, so when my brows are reddish, it just doesn't look right. And a lot of times drugstore brow products have kind of like a reddish orangish undertone to the brown, and then it just doesn't look natural. So I like this one because it's actually neutral, like the name suggests. And now I'm going to do my mascara. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So I start off with a coat of the Maybelline Cat Eyes, and I always use waterproof mascara because my eyelashes are really thin. They're long, but they're thin and they're stick straight, so they don't hold a curl unless it's waterproof, because other mascaras, especially like mousse type ones, are really heavy and my lashes will just fall flat. So I have to use waterproof in order for it to stay put. Plus, I just use a lot of waterproof products in general just because you just never know when you're going to get caught in the rain or end up crying, you know, or caught in the snow or sweating or something. Just being prepared. So this was my go-to mascara for like ever until I discovered a new holy grail, which will be my next coat of mascara, which I will show here in a second. Do you ever have that one eyelash that didn't get caught in the eyelash curler and it's sticking straight out? And everything else is curled and there's just one that's like poking. I have that going right now. I don't know if any of you guys know what I'm talking about, but that's what's happening right now. I just have like this one right in like the middle. It's just sticking out. Cuckoo. Does that mean like crazy, like cuckoo, or what is that? Because it's spelled different. Maybe it's a different language. So my favorite one is Lash Princess from Essence. This is like the holy grail. It's only $5 and it's amazing. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it at Ulta, you can get it, I don't know about anywhere else, but I think that's it. I think those are only 2 places because I'm pretty sure most drugstores don't carry Essence as a brand, but Ulta definitely does. And Amazon definitely does. And it's literally $5. Hello equals cuckoo. Okay, very cool. What language is that? Hi from Peru. Hello from the US. Very cool that you're in here from Peru. Isn't it amazing what a difference mascara makes? Crazy! French. Really? I didn't know that. See how long it's been since I've taken French? You like salut and bonjour and things like that. Okay, so that's it. Lip-wise, what I do, I mentioned this before. First, I put a tiny bit of concealer around my lips because I have very pigmented lips. As you can see, they're kind of red. So I like to get rid of like the redness like around my lips because I just I don't like how red they are. It just kind of pulls away from whatever lip color I wear. So I just put a tiny bit. I just blend it around the edges. I just don't like redness around my mouth. So, Valerie, do you ever do a full glam? Yes. So I just did one for New Year's Eve. But even when I do like full glam, I usually go for nude colors. So if you like the more adventurous colors, I apologize. I usually just play it safe when it comes to makeup. I definitely do sometimes use color, just not often. But when it comes to full glam, I only do that maybe once every 2 weeks, tops. I just don't wear foundation very often. Like today I'm not. And I normally just don't wear any makeup. Today I'm wearing makeup. Like yesterday I didn't wear any. But yeah, that's me. But I do enjoy, like when I do makeup, I think it's really fun. I do love doing like a full glam. I just don't do it often. So anyway, I'm gonna line my lips pretty much. Even when I do full glam, I don't wear lipstick or lip gloss. I almost always solely just wear lip liner. One, because it doesn't transfer. So like if I'm gonna kiss Ryan, it's not getting on his lips, which he hates. And I don't like that feeling either. Like I don't like feeling like I'm, you know. And with like, you know, I just don't like having to like reapply after eating and drinking. So I'm like, if I put on a lip liner, I'm golden. So I just wear a lip liner and then I put on a lip balm. So this lip liner is literally from the dollar store. And it's my absolute favorite over all of them. I mean, they literally all look the same. They're all nudes. But they're not the same. They may look the same to you. They look all the same, but they're not the same. Some are warmer, some are cooler, you know. Girls, guys that do makeup, you guys understand me, right? Anyway, this is my favorite though. I use it the most. And it's not this small because I've worn it down. It actually comes this small. So at the dollar store, they sell these like two packs of lip liners. These are LA Colors, and it comes with like a reddish pink color, but this one's like a brown, and it's like I literally have searched for this color forever, and it was always like too brown, too dark, too light, too warm, whatever. And it's like Goldilocks. Like this is like just right. So if you're like medium skin tone, warmer skin tone, this one, it's $1. Like you didn't lose anything if you end up not liking it. I don't even use the other color that came with it. I only use this one, but for $1, it's worth it. So I line my lips. And I don't overline because I don't really have thin lips, but if you have thinner lips, if you are gonna overline, I would just overline like right here, like on the bottom. Don't overline like out here because then it'll look really unnatural. And then if you overline the top, just along like the Cupid's bow. Don't overline along the edges because then that starts to look unnatural. Just letting you know. But for me, I don't. You're looking good. Thank you. Are those your two fave mascaras? I have straight long lashes too. Yes. But the other thing, if you have straight lashes, I talked about this my last live stream. The thing that has made the most difference for me is this eyelash curler. It's the Surratt Beauty one. And I'd always heard people raving about it, and I'm like, okay, who's gonna pay fucking $35 for an eyelash curler? Like, it's not necessary. And I was like, you know what? Pulled the trigger, got it. It is 100% necessary. Never paid that much in my life for just like a tool. Like I've paid that for palettes and, you know, things like that, but for an eyelash curler, it's a godsend. I don't even know like how it does it, but it is amazing. It's Surratt Beauty, so it's S-U-R. You know what? I have a little case. It comes in like a little bag. S-U-R-R-A-T-T. S-U-R-R-A-T-T. Surratt Beauty. I got mine on Beautylish, but they do sell it on Sephora. It's just like always sold out, which probably tells you something. Like for it to be always sold out, it's really dope. And it like, because for me the problem is like my corner, yes, exactly, my corner lashes never like get curled, and this one actually gets all of my lashes curled, like even my corner ones, which is like such a difference for me, instead of having that one that's like hanging down and it turns like your eyes downturned. And it just like literally it actually lifts them like from the lash line instead of curling like out towards the end. So like as soon as I curl them, like my eyes look like way bigger and more open. So I like them. Wicked Protein, can we sponsor you, Michelle? I'm not currently looking for a supplement sponsor, but I appreciate you reaching out and I appreciate you asking. I'm just not looking for a supplement sponsorship at the time, but thank you for the opportunity. Oh no. And then I drag it in a little bit from the corners to fill in. And then, yeah, Valerie, if you get it, you'll be like, wow, how did I, like my eyes, like my lashes actually, like you can see them. That's how I felt. Like, story time. For my wedding day when I did my makeup, that was like right after I'd gotten this, and right after I'd gotten this mascara. Those were like, I'd only used them like once or something. I was like, wow, it's gonna be dope for my wedding day. And I had still planned on wearing fake lashes on my wedding day. Even though I hate fake lashes, like I know they make a huge difference in like a glam look, and for pictures. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna wear fake lashes. So I had brought them with me, and I've also been using a lash serum, which has made my lashes a lot longer, and it's a really cheap one. I got it at the drugstore from Target. It's the number 7, the brand number 7, like NO7, their lash serum, and it's actually been working quite a bit for me. Like my lashes are a little bit thicker, and for me, I have very thin lashes. So that one, it's paused. Sorry, it just paused because the connection's bad. So I started using that, whatever, all that goodness. And then on my wedding day, I like did my mascara, and my lashes like looked so intense, especially like this is getting older now, so it's not quite as intense, but when it's a fresh tube, it's like the best. Lash Princess mascara from Essence is what it's called. And I have the waterproof one because I only use waterproof in order for my lashes to hold a curl. Anyway, and they looked so intense, I didn't even have to wear false lashes. And I was like, this is the biggest win on my wedding days, that I don't have to take 15 minutes per eye to put on fake lashes. And I remember after I did my makeup and I finished, I like went to Ryan, I'm like, look at my eyelashes. I was like, look, he's like, wow, that's actually, I'm impressed. Because of course, as a boy, he has naturally ridiculously curled, thick, perfect, long eyelashes, and I just don't understand why that happens. But all you boys out there, you just get blessed with fucking doll eyelashes, and I'm sitting here having to take 10 minutes just to do my lashes. My boyfriend too. I'm telling you, they don't deserve that. Right? I'm like, no wonder your eyes are so pretty. Like my brother, my older brother, he has long, stick straight eyelashes like me, but his are like thick. So like they're very noticeable. I'm like, why? Like mine are so thin and I have to spend the time curling them. I'm like, your eyes like stand out more because yours are so thick. So it almost looks like you're wearing eyeliner. I'm like, what? Like, what did you do to deserve those? Oh man, I have great eyelashes. Well, I mean, I'm glad you can acknowledge it, the unfair advantage. So I'm gonna put on lip balm now. Anyway, this is also the best lip balm ever. Highly recommend it. Like, look, it's all squished and messed up from being in my purse, but it's the Mario Badescu? Badescu. I'm sorry, Mario, if I fucked up your name, but it smells like coconut. I mentioned this earlier about the bronzer. If you don't like the smell of coconut, then it's not for you. They do have other smells, so they have a rose one, and they have a mint one, I think. I can't attest to how well they work. I feel like they'd probably work the same because it's just a different scent. But it's literally the best lip balm I've ever purchased in my entire life. It is, and I'm a chapstick lip balm freak because I don't wear lipstick hardly ever. Yeah, so this one. And it always goes on half price during the Ulta, like 21 Days of Beauty things. And it goes on sale for like $4 or something. So keep your eye out for that. And nice skin, they don't do anything to it. Here I am using 10 different products to get flawless skin. I'm telling you, they literally use fucking bar soap on their face. And they're like, yeah, I have no pores. I've got no zits, no blackheads, nothing. And I'm like, I'm sitting here with a medicine cabinet full of literally 20 different things. Moisturizer, serums, exfoliating, masks, all this stuff, and I still break out. Like, what? It's fine. Moving on. Do a lot of protein powder contain metals? That's a good question. I can't really attest for because I'm not testing them, running the tests on them. But I don't think there would be much cause for concern because it's always about the dosage. Dosage makes the poison. Like, you know, you're going to get iron and stuff from other things. And, you know, just like there's trace amounts of cyanide in fruit, but it doesn't kill you because it's such trace amounts. So I would focus more on the moderation of things, because if you're just having like 1 scoop of protein powder per day, you're probably gonna be good. Amory facts, I'm telling you. Them and their skin and their eyelashes. Now what we get periods, like what do they have to deal with? I don't know. Do they have to deal with anything? We birth children, carry them for 9 months and stretch out our bellies and push them where the sun don't shine. And then they're just chilling those 9 months. I don't know. Yet to figure out what's a disadvantage they have that we have an advantage for in terms of physically. I don't know. I do about 2 scoops. I mean, that's fine. It's not like you're doing anything crazy. 2 scoops is not bad. But you could try to focus on getting some more just like from food. That should always be like the goal, is that you're getting most of your, nutrition from food, but that's not a big deal. We get achy uterus every month. It's like, when you're ovulating, you get like one side of your of your stomach, you feel a little crank, and you're like, there's the egg. I'm sure like all the dudes in here right now are like, fuck this, TMI, I'm out. Yeah, we're smarter, so that's a win. I guess I can't speak for all, but I didn't even spray my face. You know what? I'm just not going to spray it. It's 6 o'clock. I'm not wearing this makeup for a long time. But if I were to spray my face, my favorite setting spray, which is almost out and I need to go get it, but it's hard to find, is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. They have a matte one and a glowy one, and I haven't tried either of those, but I don't like a matte setting spray. I like a more natural finish, and I don't like to be too glowy, so this is like, it's like the whole Goldilocks thing again. I'm like, this is the perfect one. But it literally makes my makeup last all day. I used it on my wedding day as well. So, okay. Would you say being a mother calmed you in a lot of ways? Sorry if that's personal. No, totally fine. I don't mind personal questions. Can you kind of elaborate on like the calm part? Do you mean just like how you approach situations, or like do you mean like calm as in like like stopped going out as much and like doing that kind of stuff? I guess I could answer both, but best time to get your fats in. So I would worry less about like best and optimal, and more about what you can sustain. I just had this conversation with my client today too. So basically, if you're getting in the appropriate amount of, your calories and protein for the day, that's what's going to matter the most. That's what you should be focusing on, and not so much about when's the best time to get those things in. If you have everything else in place, then you can worry about it, but usually people don't have the consistency with their sleep, stress management, training, and nutrition, all those things in place just yet, before they're asking that question. So I just want to clarify that. Otherwise, you would want to kind of evenly distribute it throughout the day with your meals. So you're not going to feel really good if you have a ton of fat in one meal. You're probably going to feel a little iffy after. So that's one thing to consider. Yes, on how you approach situations. You were so beautiful. Thank you. I had this convo with a friend the other day. Just like to see your review. Yeah, no, I love that question. In terms of how I approach situations, I would say so. In terms of like, if you mean like patience, definitely. Being a mom has definitely taught me even more patience. That's always been my strength. Like patience. I was always like a very non-confrontational person, to a fault. Still am in that sense. That's something I'm working on, like to the point where I would end up filtering what I really think or feel because I didn't want to offend people. I care a lot less about that now because learning that if somebody is offended by it, it's not always about you. It's usually about them. As long as you didn't intentionally do something or like you didn't say something in a way that would have been harmful. If it was, you said something, just straight up, matter of fact, and there wasn't any like negative tone to it and they took it offensively just because you said the truth, it's usually because that truth is something that they're struggling with dealing with. And that's something you realize with a kid because kids don't filter. So it definitely helped me be more aware of my own feelings and just being able to be calm by having to address that. Because when you're responsible for another human being, it's a whole different, it's just completely different how you view things. So I get that, people say, people get upset about, if someone's like, oh, you'll understand when you have kids, and they hate that because they're like, oh, well, I don't intend on having kids, which I totally respect that decision. But it is definitely a different perspective. A lot of times people don't have the natural empathy to fully understand the same perspective. There are definitely some people who have that, but it's pretty rare. A lot of times people, like, you can't teach empathy to a person. They have to learn it through experience or just have been raised that way or just been born that way. You only really learn it through experience and things. So some people, if they go through like near-death experiences, and then they're just that much more empathetic and have a wider world view. But having kids is definitely something that forces that usually. Of course, there's some people who are not who don't really learn from becoming a parent, because not everyone's meant to be one, and that's a thing to acknowledge as well. But yeah, I mean, Isabel has been the best thing that ever happened to me, because came when I least expected it. I was 20. I was in college. And I think, honestly, the biggest thing that changed me, the most change I experienced was actually through my pregnancy and not so much her being born. I was already almost prepared by the time she came. But then, like, since she was born, there's been a lot of change. But, like, my pregnancy, I got pregnant in college, my junior year, and I still went to class. I was pregnant and I didn't want people to know, and I didn't show until I literally didn't look pregnant until I was literally 7 months pregnant. So people didn't know. I hid it pretty well, and I wanted to hide it because I was so just afraid of what people thought, because at that time I cared so much about what people think. I was a people pleaser, very much so. Still have inkling of that at times, but much less of that now. So at the time, having to grasp I'm going through something, other people don't know about it, and you start to realize how much that actually is going on. Like, other people are going through shit you don't know about. So, like, why are we judging other people? Like, why? You can't. You never know what someone else is going through. So if I get a negative comment, 9 times out of 10, that person's going through a shitty day or a shitty time in their life. It's not about me. It's just that whatever triggered them from my post, like, they felt the need to get it out. But that was big time when I was pregnant, like, realizing, like, no one knows I'm pregnant right now. I'm not talking about it. Like, the only people who knew were my professors, because I told them, because they had to be aware, like, if I had to go to a doctor appointment or something, or, the possibility of something happening in class. So that was, like, huge for me. And I didn't post about my pregnancy. I had an Instagram, but I didn't post about it at all. I really just didn't want people to know and judge. And I'd already had so many, like, glares and stuff. Like, when I would go to the store and that it was visible, and be like, older people would look at me and be like, and because I've always looked younger than my age, I literally looked like a high school student, like 16. And so, of course, they're judging extra hard. There's no ring on my finger, etc. And so I was like, it forced me to, like, really grow up in that period of time. Yeah. So that was, like, where I would say I experienced the most growth. Am Iranian martial arts coach of Muay Thai. Very cool. So yeah, I think I'm going to hop off here very shortly because it's almost dinner time, so I'm gonna make dinner for my family. But I appreciate you guys being in here. And if you have, if you like these live streams, and if you have questions that you, like, want to talk about, I highly recommend saving them for the live streams, because I like being able to answer them, live, and actually interacting with you and clarifying questions that way. But I am going to be going live a lot more often. I just started going, so I used to go live literally, like, almost every night for probably, like, 6 months. And I just started picking it up this week some more. I think I've gone live 4 times or something this week now. So I'm going to try to do it probably, like, 3 times a week. That's, like, so, like, as you can see, I'm literally, okay, this is an analogy to what I talked about earlier with fitness. I'm not going to say I'm going to go live stream every single night, even though that would be nice, because I know realistically I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Maybe I would do it for a week and then I'd burn out. So I'm going to say something that's realistic for me, which is also what you should do about fitness goals. I'm going to say I'll probably go live 3 times a week, and maybe I'll be able to build up from there. But I will aim to for sure go live 3 times a week. And if you have post notifications on, if you can go to my profile and turn on notifications, then you're more likely to be alerted when the live stream actually, like, goes live. Otherwise, you may get a notification like 30 minutes in, or you might not get a notification at all. So if you like these live streams, I recommend doing that. Otherwise, thank you guys for being in here, and I hope you have a good night.